NHL hockey is here, and we are going 2021 previews with predictions, Stanley Cup predictions. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Guys, if you are not subscribed, take a moment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are going to be talking about the 2021 NHL season. It is here, and we are geared up and ready to go. Guys, if you're in the sports betting, we got a lot of great content for you guys. A little bit of look-ahead lines, previews, predictions. We the North, yes, we the North, the Canadian pretty much division. We have everything wrapped up in a small video for you guys. Yes, we have hockey, my favorite sport to bet on, number one, my favorite sport to watch, and number two, my number one ROI sport ever. Consistently, year after year after year, bringing my clients money long term, and we have a huge promo for you guys. The NHL season is only 56 games. It will begin on January 13th this year, 2021. For now, we have hockey. We have to be super pumped up about it. We have a taxi squad going with all the teams, and let's get you guys on this full season for a very low price. Like I said, it's usually anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800 depending on if red alerts are included or not for the full season. We're dropping it to $600.
Oh my God!
That's every single hockey play that I released for the 2021 season is only $600. And if you use the promo code NHL 2021 in the checkout on the website at the bottom of the screen, you're gonna save $200. That's gonna put it at $400 for all NHL plays I released for 2021. From January 13th all the way until mid-July, once we have a Stanley Cup winner. Now let's get to it. Obviously, we have a lot of major changes here. Coronavirus, COVID. This is a big video, right? No one had any idea what we were gonna do. We have Canadian teams, we have American teams. This is one of those sports that kind of this whole North and South America, you know, we have things all over, players coming from everywhere, worldwide essentially, here in America and Canada, running one of the best sports in the entire world, hockey. And it's so great to watch. I mean, with a little bit of change on the line as well, nothing better than watching a good hard-hitting hockey game. Let's get to some of the bigger changes, bigger adjustments. I'm gonna talk about who I think is gonna come out of each division and a little bit of reasons why. I got some sleeper picks as well, and a couple ways for you to get on board for the NHL 2021 season. If anything, this might be a little bit of educational video for you guys. Training camps are gonna open up here January 3rd, except for the 7 teams that did not qualify for the summer playoff tournament. They'll open up a little bit after Christmas here, going into early January. And it looks like a lot of the, you know, the major issues that they were discussing and talks over obviously has to deal with COVID, and are people gonna let people in, and this, that, and the third. Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of organizations, especially the Dallas Stars, they don't deal with the media drama. They don't deal with this whole politics stuff. They just want people to continue to like and support their team. They're not up here for deciding on one side of politician, nothing. They just want people to like their organization, like their team, and they want to play hockey. And secondly, they want people to watch them play hockey. Dallas Stars already opened up. They said, you know what? We're gonna follow the normal guidelines. We want you in the stands. We want people watching hockey. So I really wanted to kind of bring that to light, and I hope some of the other NHL organizations follow suit with that. Leave politics out of this NHL 2021 season. Let's just focus on having a good sport, maintaining social distancing, keeping people away from our team, anybody that's involved in the clubhouse. That way we can have a smooth, effective season, go into the playoffs, and get out of here in July and start prepping for a very successful 21 and 22 season. But I want to get into some of the bigger changes here and then get right into the We the North division. I want to talk about it. I think it's pretty cool. I know Canada right now has a lot of major things going on, you know, where they're going to play. Quebec, people think it's going to be Edmonton. Nothing has really been finalized up there, but there will be kind of a bubble. I'm really thinking there's going to be a bubble up there north in Canada, as things are just a little bit different with them than they are with us. 31 teams, 4 regional divisions. We're going to start with the North. We're going to talk about We the North. Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver, and Winnipeg. That is going to be the North. And again, if you want my honest prediction, I think Canada's going to try to maintain kind of a bubble there. I really don't know. I'm guessing they'll play in Edmonton. So that's what I'm going to guess with. Going over into the West, I mean, dumpster fire Anaheim. I've seen some of the new uniforms that they had coming out. You know, the Anaheim Ducks uniforms, very good, very great. Can't wait to see them on the ice, but most importantly, can't wait to see how many goals they give up again this season. Arizona, Colorado, the #1 team going into 2021. The Colorado Avalanche. Show me a McKinnon. Show me a slap shot by McKinnon. Best offense in hockey coming into 2021. We got the Wild Kings, Minnesota Wild. That's the Los Angeles Kings, but they're crazy. Minnesota Wild. Got the Sharks, the Blues, and BGK, my personal favorite team. in the West. Going over into the Central, I think this is going to be fight for the Central. I think it's anybody's division to win here. Nashville Predators and Tampa Bay Lightning, who is obviously the favorites to win. A couple big key offseason moves there for them as well. And then Boston Bruins leading the East. Boston and Philly. That's what I'm looking at this year. Boston, Philly, New York, and Montreal. Those were the three original I was looking at. We'll talk about that. Boston Bruins, Buffalo, New Jersey Devils, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Washington Capitals, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's what we got coming out of the East. Obviously, we have, they're trying to keep it centralized as far as where they're at, where they're located, and everything else. Montreal being in the north there is a Canada team, but we had a lot of bigger things for this kind of write-up and stuff in the script going towards last year's coming into this year's. But let's get to it, baby. Teams will only play divisional opponents during the regular season, with 3 U.S. divisions playing their divisional opponent 8 times apiece, and the Canadian division teams playing each other 9 or 10 times each. So obviously the schedule is going to be a little bit adjusted. They're trying to keep everybody kind of in the same area, trying to mitigate as much travel as possible, keep teams kind of in the same scenario, same situation. But let's talk about who we think is going to come out on top. I'm going to give you some of the odds behind it. We have the North. I think we have Toronto marked down as kind of a value play at plus 1,600 right now, their current odds. Toronto Maple Leafs at plus 1,600. We like them to come out of the North there as kind of an early look ahead. I think it's a good value play, right? Because at the end of the day, someone is going to come out of the North and someone's going to be in the playoff picture there. Calgary, who knows? Montreal is no one to take lightly. And I'm going to kind of break that down why. Listen, I think going 2 teams out of each kind of division here, I like Toronto come out, but I also like Montreal. Montreal has a very deep line. They have 4 solid lines. And I think the way the schedules are going to work is we're going to see a lot of back-to-back days, back-to-back games. And it's not just going to be how good is your first line. It's not going to be just good at, do you have 1 or 2 solid lines? That's why Dallas can never go through. That's why some of these big powerhouses in the West never made it through, because they don't have a solid 4 lines. And we've seen last season, Montreal should have beat Philly. They almost had Philly back to the wall. They almost moved on against the Flyers. Tough loss. They're plus 3,500 to come out of the North. I like it. I'm betting it for $1,000. Montreal to come out of the North. I like them to win the Stanley Cup. Montreal plus 3,500. Mark that down in your book. The East, no brainer for me. I really like this play. I like Boston plus 1,500. I think they'll be healthy. I think we won't have nobody crying about worrying about missing family and stuff like that. Rally the troops up, Boston. Bring that hard-hitting defensive team back, and that's it. We all know how good Boston is, and I want to see them continue to move forward, especially after 2 years ago. Lost 10 grand. Yes, people, lost 10 grand, but it was a total of 20 grand when you had my futures bets and then everything else, plus the series bets. Boston when they lost that the Stanley Cup to the St. Louis Blues. I like Boston back here for plus 1,500 in the East. Now in the West, this is probably the toughest division. We could throw out the Anaheim Ducks, throw out the Kings, throw out the Wild, right? We have the Blues, the Knights, the Sharks, and Colorado Avalanche. Who are we going to go for here? Who do we think is going to come out of the West here? And I'm going to tell you my just kind of look ahead thoughts. The Knights, 2 or 3 years that they've been an organization. They moved to Western Conference Finals, but last season they should have moved on, and it was a very tough loss for them. But this year they bring a Blues star defensive man, Pietrangelo. So they bring in Alex Pietrangelo, and I think it's a smart move because we all know how good and fast they were on the ice. It was inevitable. Knights score a lot of goals. Robin Leonard, bringing one of the top goalies in there, right? You bring one of the best goalies from the Islander, you bring him on over, and he does what he's supposed to do. He wins game. I think he had 5 shutouts, 19 wins, something like that. I love the Knights here to come out of the West at plus 800. Obviously, I like Colorado Avalanche. I talked about them a little bit early. Forsberg and then Nathan McKinnon. I don't know how this offense doesn't just continue to punch in goals. What a disastrous ending to their season last year. A lot of injuries. Will they stay healthy? I really hope so. Colorado is easily the best team pre-flop going into the season. You can catch them right now plus 650 to win the Stanley Cup, and I really like that. TBL, CBJ for some reason always has their number. Nashville, if they could figure out that organization, it's not a bad future bet there as well. Stars, they're just not deep enough, but I think they're going to have a lot of points. Stars always maintain just a consistent run consistently. Who knows what's going to happen here with COVID. But speaking of COVID, I want to talk about one other thing before I get you out of here. There's a taxi squad, which I wanted to bring it up. I think it's super cool. I want to read some of the key components of a taxi squad, and I think that's what's going to separate these teams. And this may be a big thing, like, right? In the NFL right now, we have a lot of teams either canceling games or they can't make it. College football, same thing. Canceling bowl games. Well, they have already came up with a full detailed taxi squad for the 2021 season. Minimum of 4 to 6 players, waivers and stuff like that. But there's one goalie that's going to be there, right? I think this is a great thing for teams because there will be COVID concerns. There will be COVID issues and we will have some things. But if you go through and you see kind of some of the details for them, taxi squad dissolves when the season ends. Taxi squad members can practice with the NHL teams, join team activities, travels with the team, not required. But this is kind of like their reserves, right? What extent are you willing to put very good players into this taxi squad just in case? You know, how good of players? Look through free agencies. All kinds of great stuff for you guys to really be looking at. And I think this may be the determining factor of a playoff win or not for the team when it comes into the end of the season. So take a look at the taxi squad stuff. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty thing. Let me know what you think in the comment section. There'll be a 16-team playoff tournament expected to end roughly mid-July. So again, guys, the only thing I want you guys to know in the comment section, what are your numbers and your odds? Who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup? And who do you think is going to come out of each division? Do you think COVID's going to make a major impact? Do you think people are going to allow people in the stands? And what's your thoughts on all this? NHL 2021, I think the winner, Stanley Cup winner, early prediction, I'm taking the Vegas Golden Knights. They made some of the best offseason moves. I think they have the best team overall as far as offense and defense. I think they have the best goalie right now. That's going to be your free NHL 2021 content there. Who are you taking to win the 2021 Stanley Cup? Will it be that lovely, fierce, fast Colorado Avalanche offense? Or are you gonna go something like Dallas Stars with a great defense? Let me know your predictions in the comment section as well. And again, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And again, it is $600 for the NHL 2021 full season. So right now, if you use the promo code NHL 2021, you're gonna save an additional $200. It's gonna be only $400 for every NHL game that I release. Again, have a great day, everybody. Let's hit the outro, Bopey. Good luck, God bless. Grind on, baby.